Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 4, 2024. Please remember to leave a comment, like, and share. And in the news this afternoon, human skeletal remains found in Clarendon. Human skeletal remains were reportedly found in Chocolate District, Clarendon on Saturday. The remains are believed to be that of 81-year-old Wilbert Gabidon, a farmer from Boghole District in the parish, the police said. Reports reaching the news are that around 1:30 p.m., residents stumbled upon the remains and called the police. Gabidon, it is said, suffered from dementia and usually wandered away from his home, which he shared with his elderly wife. He reportedly went missing from his home on November 26, 2023, and the report was made at the Frankfield police station by his son. A belt and other clothing items found among the remains were identified by his son as belonging to the now deceased, the police said. The remains were removed to the morgue. Curfew imposed in Nannyville, St. Andrew. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Nannyville in the St. Andrew Central Division. The curfew began at 8 a.m. on Sunday, February 4, and will remain in effect until 8 a.m. on Tuesday, February 6. The curfew follows a string of shootings in the community, which left 2 people dead and a policeman injured. The boundaries of the curfew are south along Nanny Boulevard from Mountain View Avenue, west along Statue Road from Nanny Boulevard, north along Statue Road from Mountain View Avenue, and east along Mountain View Avenue from Nanny Boulevard to Statue Road. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander, the police said. Over 2,600 pounds of ganja seized offshore St. Thomas, men arrested. Over 2,600 pounds of ganja with an estimated street value of $26.2 million were seized offshore St. Thomas on Saturday by the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard. 2 Jamaican men who were aboard the vessel on which the drugs were found were accosted and later handed over to the narcotics police. The JDF said this is a major dent against the drug for guns trade between Jamaica and Haiti. In a media release today, the Army explained that the vessel was initially spotted approximately 18 nm southwest of Bowden Bay, St. Thomas, and a team was deployed. According to the JDF, the area is within a known vector utilized by illicit trafficking between Jamaica and Haiti. It said the operational team intercepted the vessel, boarded it, and discovered 2,629 pounds of compressed ganja packaged in knitted bags and buckets. Noting the drug for guns trade between Jamaica and Haiti continues to be one of the main sources of illicit firearms for gangs in the island, the JDF asserted this recovery has prevented the possibility of a significant number of illegal weapons returning to the country's shores. It said that the security forces will continue to be relentless in their conduct of counter-illicit trafficking. EOJ promises to ensure voting access for persons with disabilities. Director of Elections Glasspool Brown has given a commitment that measures will be in place to accommodate voters with physical disabilities. Concerns have been raised about the lack of access for persons with disabilities to locations and attendant facilities where voters have been asked to cast their ballots in previous elections. The issue has again surfaced following the announcement of the February 26 date for the next local government election. Mr. Brown, speaking with the news, said approximately 95% of polling stations are on the ground floor for easier access, and that discussions are being held with the Combined Disabilities Association to see how best as possible we can get to 100%. He added that the availability of appropriate building is the main issue.
Special arrangement with the system. There are times that the presiding officers and the team in the polling station would, it is feasible to come down to the ground floor and accommodate the voting to take place. So I continue to look at how best we can accommodate them. Over time, we'll get to where we want to get in terms of the locations to better accommodate the disabled. And we do a lot of public buildings, and mostly schools and so on. There are some schools that their administrative block is on the ground floor, and then therefore we have no alternative but to go on upstairs. So we're looking at other locations. But the main drawback here is in terms of the availability of buildings. So when you go into some rural areas, you have no option to basically but than to use what is available in those areas. The eventual plan is that we continue to look. There are some areas that we direct tents and so on. We have been having interaction with the Combined Disabilities Association to see how best we can move to get as best as possible, get close to that 100%.
KSAMC continues probe of Charlemont Drive housing development. The Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation says its probe of the controversial Charlemont Drive housing development in St. Andrew is continuing. Chairman of the corporation and the Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, said on Friday that the probe takes into account the identified administrative breaches and the development itself. Mr. Williams, speaking with the news, said the KSAMC's probe is being carefully conducted to ensure that we have all questions answered. Additionally, he said the corporation was gathering information which could support any move we take. Mayor Williams added that once the probe is complete, there may be legal repercussions, including the possibility that persons against whom disciplinary action is initiated could in turn file legal action against the KSAMC, which therefore demands due care.
We are gathering our own reports from one of our staff members to ensure that we have all questions answered. And then also we are gathering additional some information that would support any move we take, whichever path we go. So right now we're doing our own investigation, and our own investigation would have answers to other questions. Well, we're seeking to get answers to some questions that we believe, and our attorneys believe that we have to have answered. These matters just don't end here, you know. Once we take action, people may very well end up taking us through the judicial process, and therefore we have to ensure that we are dotting I's and crossing T's, and that we are gathering the information and ensuring that the information cohere, and that so when we take action, then we are able to follow that action right through to wheresoever it leads.
Security guard charged with rape of teen girl in St. Mary. A security guard has been arrested and charged with the rape of a teen girl in Gale, St. Mary. Charged is a 35-year-old Brian Walsh of a Saltram district address in St. Mary. He is charged with rape, grievous sexual assault, sexual grooming of a child, and the possession of child pornography. Walsh allegedly met the teen on Facebook and threatened to release her illicit photos if his demands for sex were not met. Reports from the Puerto Maria police are that Walsh and the teen met on Facebook in April 2021. The teen reportedly sent Walsh photos which he threatened to release if his sexual demands were not met. It is alleged that to meet his demands, the teen went to Walsh's home where he sexually assaulted her in November 2021. A report was made to the police and Walsh was arrested and charged after he was pointed out during an identification parade. A court date for him is being finalized. Westmoreland man charged with stabbing and shooting man during home attack. A 20-year-old man has been arrested and charged with the stabbing and shooting injuries of a man who was attacked at his home in Chantilly Garden, Westmoreland on Monday, January 22. Charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and wounding with intent is the Shondell of a Chantilly Garden address in the parish. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 10 p.m. the man was at home when Dell and another man pounced on him and started stabbing him in the head. The man ran from the house in a bid to save his life when he was shot in the arm. He was taken to the hospital where he was admitted for treatment. An investigation led to Dell's arrest and the charge after he was pointed out during an identification parade. A court date for him is being finalized.